The West Virginia basketball team got a much-needed victory tonight, a 35-point win over Mississippi Valley State. But let's answer the larger question. Was Trey Eaglestaff finally unlocked tonight?
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. Welcome back into Locked On West Virginia, what we're talking about in their hoops tonight, and glad to do so. Thank you so much for joining in with me as we dive into another episode, guys. Going to be brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. And right now, if you want with FanDuel, be right in the middle of the action this season with FanDuel. And you can basically place your bets on the NFL live all season long. And thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, or your second, third, fourth, or fifth listen, and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where we talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. All right, guys, so we're going to be talking about a couple of things on this episode. We definitely want to talk about Amari Latimer and some tape I got earlier today. I showed it on the last episode. I'm going to show it on this episode too. I just think it's that good. And I had a couple people, actually 5 or 6 people, ask me if I could play it again. So I will do that, so we can listen to it or watch it again. I will describe what I'm seeing for those of you. Hello, Miss Doris. Hello, John. Hello, Mike. Thank you guys all for being in here. Okay, so let's start where we start. Obviously, West Virginia basketball gets a big win over against a really bad basketball team, Mississippi Valley State, who was 1-12 on the year, 86-51. You win the game by 35 points in a game that got a little too close for comfort at times. But at the end of the day, you pulled off the win in convincing fashion. And it was never really in jeopardy. They pulled within, a couple points maybe one time. But, it was an efficient performance from multiple Mountaineers in this game. West Virginia shot in the 60s and high 50s all night as far as percentages go. 14 of 18 from the line was really good tonight, by the way. You're 12 of 27 from three, which is 44%. You'll take that every night. And you were 30 of 56 from the floor, which is 54%. You'll also take that. DJ Thomas was a really efficient tonight, 20 minutes, 11 points. I thought he looked really good for the little bit of time he was in. Also thought Amir Jenkins looked really good from the bench. But if you're talking about starters, man, it's Honor Huff, it's Trey Eaglestaff tonight. They really played well, especially Trey Eaglestaff. We'll get there in a second. Honor Huff, 13 points on 4-10 shooting, and he just does what he does. He makes a bunch of threes. Trey Eaglestaff had his best game as a Mountaineer probably overall. 9 of 16 from the floor, 23 points, 4 of 10 from three, which is big. You haven't seen him made – he's had a couple games where he scored it but hasn't made threes. This game he made some threes. 8 rebounds and 2 assists, really close to a triple-double. It'd have been nice to see him get it. At the end of the first half, he made a boneheaded play where he got in triple threat stance. He ripped through the defender and beat him badly by 2 steps and had an easy right-handed layup and decided to try to shift it in midair and to put it up with the left hand. I tweeted about it. I deleted the tweet. I'm glad I deleted it because he certainly proved me wrong on this night. Is it against a good basketball team? No, it's not. Totally understand the context. Totally do. But, I think it's in there for him. The move that he had in the second half in transition, where he was in transition, he just did the spin move and the layup was elite. At times he just flashes what about when Honor Huff was dribbling under the basket and he found Trey Eaglestaff coming towards him on a three where Trey was just floating to the right and made a three from the wing over on the opposite side. He has flashes of brilliance where you're like, okay, there's that guy that scored 51. There's the guy that scored 40. There's the guy that averaged 19 and a half a game last year. I get that the competition level has raised, but he's even struggled against games against the teams this year that are on the same par as North Dakota, right? So it's not like it's the competition necessarily, because we played a bunch of teams like Mississippi Valley State where he still played like crap. So there's something else missing there. And there have been a lot of moving pieces with this offense. Because we keep adding people, whether it was Jackson Fields, whether that was Chance Moore, who didn't play tonight. I'm sure we'll find out after the game from Coach Hodge why that didn't happen. But there's a few things here. Is Eaglestaff unlocked? I wouldn't say that, but I would say that you made some hay in that department. If you can get him unlocked at least just halfway, even like 70%, you've got a chance to do a little better than you would have otherwise done. You're going to have to win 10 games in this league to get in the tournament. That's what number one. It's going to be really hard to do, but I mean, the barometer test, you can reset expectations by going to Ames, Iowa and getting a win here in a couple of days. Let's see if West Virginia can, not in a couple of days, here in about a week and a half. Let's see if West Virginia can do that. But I was proud of Trey. I do think that all of his issues are, which is, I don't know, of the two, which one you'd rather have. Would you rather have, I guess you'd probably rather have mental problems than physical problems. By mental, I just mean like he's gotten in his head as a basketball player. He hasn't really scored it like I thought he would, or played the game like I thought he would. He's totally been knocked out of sorts at times this year. So, this is a big game from Trey. Certainly proud of him, and would love to see him continue this. It would be great for the team. Brendan Lorient played 20 minutes tonight, had 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 2 for 2 from the line, three rebounds, 5 assists, which I mean, he was really tossing some passes around, man, that looked really good. Harlan Obioha, 19 minutes, really efficient with him. 5 of 6 field goals, 12 points, 2 or 3 free throws, 10 rebounds, a double-double for him. So that was really good. Jasper Floyd, 20 minutes, he only had 6 points. So not his best game for sure. He did play good defense for sure at times. So that was good. Like I said, I think Amir Jenkins, man, could make a case as was one of your best players tonight, because he was just energetic. He was hitting some shots. I mean, he did a little bit of everything, and he also plays such hard-nosed defense. So, like, this team is at times very frustrating to watch, and I get that. I'm there with you guys. I see it for myself. I have no delusion that this team's a tournament team anymore yet, but I do have hope that they can grow into a better version of themselves down the line here. We just have to keep telling ourselves, whether we like it or not, it is year one. And Darren DeVries was lucky enough to get a guy, and Javon Smalls don't grow on trees, and neither do Honor Huffs. But I mean, if you put Javon Small on this team, it's a no-doubter tournament team then, right? But you don't get Javon Small every year. Javon Small, had he been eligible, would have been the number 1 player in the portal by a long shot had he came back out, and nobody wanted him the year before. What an improvement he had over the course of a year. But, hopefully this team can improve. I would love to see it. I would love to see this team play better. A lot of people have lost some faith in Ross Hodge since he got here, which is wild, to be honest. 12, 13 games into a career, people have already made judgment calls about you. But, just like every coach in the league, in the Big 12 specifically, you will be judged by your Big 12 record and how you play in the Big 12. It's like Metallica said, nothing else matters right now. What you did, it does to the tournament, but as far as to the team, nothing else matters, man. Go out there and play against Iowa State, like you were supposed to. Be there, and if you play like you did against Ohio State and Clemson, you'll be okay. I think you'll be in those games, but you can't go cold for a long period of time at the very end of the game. That's the problem, right? So I think this team's got a shot to be pretty good, I guess is what I'm saying. But, for the most part, we need to see it. By pretty good, I mean maybe NIT. If we're lucky, they'll be on the bubble, right? That's like 17, 18 wins. We just got to see how they perform in Big 12 play, right? Maybe they'll catch fire or they'll get hot down the line. It happens. If Trey Eaglestaff can really build off this performance, then this team has a shot to do that. They do. If they just need one more shooter and score outside of Honor, and then I think that would solve a lot of our problems when we go, because we play good enough defense by a large margin. It's our offense that bogs us down for sometimes 4 and 5 minutes at a time, and teams make runs. That's our whole issue. So we just need to get better shot selection, better efficiency, and better just overall shots up in these games, and I think we'll be okay. But congratulations to Trey and company. Big win tonight for Coach Hodge and the crew. Proud of those guys. Let's go to break. Amari Latimer is different. And if you didn't see the video from earlier about him, his dad sent me some of his senior highlight tape where he scored an incredible 43 touchdowns on the ground. Let's check some of that out next. This episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. With FanDuel, guys, if you want to be in the middle of the action this season, I would highly, highly recommend FanDuel. With the NFL Sundays move fast, one big play and suddenly everything feels different. That's why making live bets with FanDuel can be so exciting. You're not just watching the game, you're literally reacting to it in real time. With FanDuel, you can place bets as the action unfolds. With every drive, momentum swing, and highlight moment comes an opportunity for you. And with FanDuel, you can place live bets, like we said. And look, when live betting is going on, there's good things happening, right? And it's best when the game starts to shift too. Like if a receiver gets hot, you see it. A defense tightens up and their butt puckers up a little bit. You see that. Or the momentum flips after a turnover. FanDuel lets you jump right into that moment to where you can make a play on it. Player props update as guys heat up. You can bet the very next touchdown score that's going to happen, the next drive result, the next total or more, which keeps you locked into every snap, drive, and possibility. Live spreads and money lines adjust instantly to whatever is going on. If you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, place your first bet with FanDuel, and you can place it all season long on the NFL and more on FanDuel. The game moves fast, and so can you. Segment 2, Crack-a-doo. And this is a good one here. This is a good one here. This is one of the icy ones. I showed this earlier. I'm going to show it again. What are you talking about, Mike? Mike says, shame on you for even giving this game airtime. This game does absolutely nothing to improve our performance or RPI. It has nothing to do with that. I cover the team, man. You know what I mean? That's just as simple as it is. I mean, this is my job, I have to do it. Like, even if I didn't want to, I still would, although I do. But, you didn't hear me claim that, did you? Like, I didn't claim that it improved us in any way, shape, or form because they're 1-11. Of course it doesn't. But did Trey Eaglestaff possibly unlock something tonight? Maybe, right? Maybe he got some confidence back. And that's what this episode's about more than anything. We've already shifted to football again now, though. So there's just not enough to talk about. But I am going to do an episode on Miles Sadler tomorrow. One of the coaches sent me some stuff from Miles Sadler. I didn't realize it was going on. So I am going to have a look at that here over the course of the next probably a couple hours after the show, because I didn't realize Sadler was doing what he was doing right now. My computer's about to die on me here. 1 second. I didn't realize Sadler was doing what he was doing right now in high school. So, I mean, I knew he was playing well, but some of the performances he's put up right now, one guy said that Miles Sadler's playing like the best player in America right now. That's how hot he is right now. We'll show it to you. I'll get it all together and we'll do an episode on it tomorrow. I'll be recording twice a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, all the way through Christmas, all the way through New Year's, all the way through Easter. It doesn't matter. I'm the one. If you guys want to be here, if you want to obsess about West Virginia content, even on Christmas, I'll be here for you. At least once a day on Christmas. I mean, I'll record every day and twice a day, 99% of the days. Up until a couple months ago, I had a almost 500-day streak of recording every single day. So I had something happen, but things happen in life. But yeah, so we're going to continue. We're going to get that streak back. Amari Latimer is, along with Kevin Brown, the most talented player in the upcoming class. And, some people would ask me if I could get some updated highlight tape on him because his senior season hadn't been put in yet. Well, just so happens his dad sent me just that last night. Jameer Latimer. No, not the Wisconsin Jameer Latimer, his other son. This is Jameer Latimer Sr., and this is some of the best tape of a running back that you can find, I think, right, this year in the 25 class. Amari Latimer, we're so lucky to have him. Let's check this tape out. And you see a mixture of all these things on here. You see the breakaway speed. You see the ability to break tackles. You see him stride it out and just beat kids 20 and 30 yards ahead of him heading into the end zone. A little Deion strut there to get in. I love the way he attacks the ball when he gets it handed off to him. He's got such a great feel. Look at the acceleration. Outrunning angles, outrunning linebackers, safeties, and corners to get to the end zone at 6'1", 230 pounds is elite stuff. What about, can he catch the ball? Well, I mean, yeah, look, not only can he catch the ball, but he just doesn't go down by the first guy or the second guy. And let me turn on the jets and get out ahead of you too while I'm at it. Amari Latimer is that guy. How about right here? Watch the little stutter step. I love this play here. Little stutter step and go. Stiff arm and gone. Up the sidelines. 5 has the angle. Those two guys had him by the legs. He ripped past them. He's just incredible. A freak of nature, man. He really is. And this is another play where they didn't set the edge. He took advantage of it. Nice cut back inside and touchdown. Just every one of these plays are so impressive. Here he is in the slot. The move he puts on old boy is really good, and then the ball's underthrown. He adjusts, makes a great catch. Great job there. I mean, I think you can play this guy at receiver. I've seen enough of him at receiver where I'm like, actually pretty good. Nice little run here. I love the move he puts on the backer right there in the hole. And then it's like, yes, you're scoring that one for sure. 50 and in, he's Gandhi. As my dad would say, he's a gone Goslin. Little outside stretch type play here. It's like basically an extension of the run game where they lateral it to him. That was definitely a lateral. Score on that play. I love this play here because this is most like what he'll be doing in Rich Rod's offense. That straight cut up the field, and you outrun the crashing defensive end with your explosive speed, burst, and acceleration. Then the happy feet here, the cut outside, the cut inside, and just the ability to see his vision. His vision may be his best quality, and that's saying something. Like, he sees the field so clearly, so much better than most kids. And you can just tell he's been trained professionally for a long time. He's getting professional advice, consultation, all that. And, he had the ability to go anywhere he wanted to go. That's the facts. He could have went to Ohio State. He could have went to Miami. He could have went to Georgia. He had offers from all three, and all three would have been in love with him to take him. But West Virginia got him. This tape here I've cut up here is all about broken tackles. These are all plays except for the first one where he just absolutely wheels himself to a first down marker or the end zone. And these are all special plays that I saw throughout his tape that I kind of clipped out. This first one is super cool, man. Right through the middle, boom, forearms the guy down, boom, runs through the arm tackles. His jersey gets ripped a little bit as he pulls away and scores. Once again, straight up the middle. I mean, they're playing the run. Dude, just incredible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. He finally goes down. And this is over and over again with this. I mean, he is so tough to bring down, man. Love this play off the left side. You'll see him get bumped. He doesn't go out of bounds. This might be the most impressive one here. This play here makes my jaw hit the floor. Bam! Break through that tackle, break through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just dragging guys for 5, 6, 7, and 8 yards at a time. This is not your typical high school kid, right? Love the stutter step right there. And just look at him bounce off tacklers into the open field and gone. Amari Latimer, truly a special talent. Here he is again, right? Same play, right? Except to the other side. And now it's all speed and acceleration. And look at the speed and acceleration as he just jets by everybody. When I say we're lucky to have Amari Latimer, I truly mean it, man. I truly mean it. All right. Yeah, hey, look, we got Pitt fans in here. and this dude, especially Kenny Pickett Goat, has been super respectful in all seriousness. But it is funny that we have an East Carolina fan and a Pitt fan in here at the same time. What are the odds of that? I mean, we'll take it for sure. But it's just odd that the Military Bowl. Oh, good stuff, man. We'll go to break, come back, put our final thoughts on, and be right back. This episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by our friends at Game Time. With Game Time, guys, the college football season is here, and there's nothing like it. Tailgates, packed stadiums, and being right there in the middle of it all. The energy, the bands, the moments you remember forever. But actually getting the tickets, well, that's the part that used to be frustrating because of the long queues, because of the logins and the prices jumping at checkout. That's why Game Time gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the easiest way to unlock amazing college football tickets and experiences as well in just a few taps. I've actually opened the Game Time app in the past and found whatever I wanted. I opened it earlier to find School of Rock tickets for Jack Black's musical with the new guy playing Dewey Finn from the movie, and it was so fast how quickly I was able to find great seats for my brother-in-law and my sister for Christmas. It's an incredibly useful app. I went from browsing to buying in probably less than 5 minutes. Seeing college football tickets starting as low as $25 made it easy to plan a game day trip or an event day trip. The zone deals can stand out for you if you like to just pick a section, let Game Time pick the seats, and you can save even more that way. At the end of the day, guys, just take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create that account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase where the terms are going to apply. That's promo code LOCKEDON. COLLEGE for $20 off today, and download the Game Time app where you can answer the question of all questions. What time is it? It's game time. All right, we back. Thank you guys so much, like I said, for coming in. You guys are great. The best. Chef kiss. Or that's how they do it. Yeah, it's been a fun day. So Christmas is here, and I just want to make a few people aware of a couple of things. So, as somebody who has seen somebody that I thought was healthy and they weren't healthy mentally, people that are going through mental health struggles and I know that it's overdone these days, and mental health is everywhere and everybody's got something. I get it, guys. I get that society, it's gone really far in that direction. But with that said, this time of year, it's a fact that there are certain people that are, potentially commit um, ready to commit the what, right? And to make themselves go away or whatever, however you want to put it. And, so just make sure you're giving extra attention and care if you can to your loved ones or family members or wife or husband or whoever, friends. Ask an extra question that you normally wouldn't ask them. Probe a little bit deeper and just try to gauge somebody if you can. Trust me, you won't regret it. This time of year is rough for a lot of people, and I would just ask that you at least give it a try, because it's so important. It really is. I'm doing great, but that doesn't mean everybody around me is doing great, and I don't like to make those assumptions. So just do that for yourself if you can, and also ask yourself. Be honest with yourself. Have an honest conversation with yourself if you can, and just give yourself a little mental health check and a little physical health check. Ask yourself how you're feeling. Am I lying to myself about anything? Have I convinced myself that I'm okay when I'm not okay? Those type of things. And I promise you won't regret that either. And then lastly, if you just need somebody to talk to this Christmas, or you're alone, or you don't have enough money to get your kids a gift, please contact me and I'll help you. I'm able to be emailed at my email. It's I'll put it in the chat. It's ROCKELPAUL 0 at gmail.com. So if you need me for anything, guys, you're my community and I take it seriously. So if you need me for anything at all, I would only ask that you contact me, and I'll try to help talk you through it. Or at least find a solution, right? Let's not focus on the problem. Let's focus on solutions. In a day and age where people like to focus on the differences rather than the similarities that we have amongst each other, we have a lot more similarities than differences. The human experience is so much more than what politics you believe in, or what religion you believe in, or what sexual orientation you are, or any of those things, right? It's all, at the end of the day, it comes down to what are our shared experiences and can we help each other through those things, right? So I just want to be a vessel for people that if you need me, man, please holler at me. I'm absolutely here. And, I don't talk about this stuff a lot. It's just on my heart to talk about it. So I would love to be there for any of you if you need it. And, we can take that however many directions you need as far as getting help goes. So hopefully you're having a great Christmas. This is probably one of the first times as somebody in recovery that I've been able to actually spend a lot of money on my family for Christmas. It's been something I've enjoyed thoroughly. Buying people, gifts that are sometimes a couple $100 and not even worrying about it is truly just a blessing. And I couldn't be more grateful. So I didn't mean to ramble. I know you guys are here for sports, but I've had this community for a long time and a lot of years now. And even though it's turned into Locked On, who I greatly respect, love, and admire, it started out as Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. And a lot of you guys are still here from those days, if I haven't ran too many of you off. But, whether you were here then or not, doesn't matter. You're here now. So please contact me if you need me, or over on X at Paul Mountaineer, and I'll always be available for you and yours. Have a great Christmas, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow here on Locked On West Virginia, where I'm sure we'll find something else to get into. Maybe some more portal talk, or who knows what we'll get into, I know I got to do the Miles Sadler video. We got to talk about what he's doing out there right now, and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen. Do me a favor as well. The Everydayer Club is where it's at. If you want ad-free audio and other perks like members-only Discord, that kind of thing, check us out over at where, the Everydayer Club. It's https:// Locked On Podcasts with an S.com /Everydayer Club. Put that in the chat for you guys. make sure you you head over to the Everydayer Club and become a member. That way we can do things together. And I'll see you then, guys. All right, guys. Make sure you check out Locked On Big 12 next. Drake Toll leads the conversation around one of the most exciting conferences in America, from the conference championship game and the national championship game and everything in between. Drake Toll and Locked On Big 12 are killing it. Make sure you're checking them out, too, on a daily basis for your first or second listen. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great holiday and cue Country Roads.